Hey class, today I'm going to go over what I'm expecting you to do for your final, and it's pretty much just an inspection of your car. Alright, you've probably seen this sheet in class before. All I want you to do is fill out this sheet, right? Find a car to inspect, whether it's yours or your parents or family members. You're going to fill out the inspection sheet, and then you're going to do a brief overview of what you actually inspected on the car. The reason I want the video is so I know you just didn't fill out a random sheet and just click whatever, okay? I'm going to briefly go over an example of this. I'm not going to do it fully, obviously, but just so you get an idea. All right. First on top, I got the owner. Reasoning for visit, you can put final exam. The year, make, and model. You can find all that based off the VIN number. The VIN number you can find right over here, right? Bottom left-hand side of the car. Fill that out. The 10th digit of the VIN is going to be the year. So right here is at 7. That's why I know my car is a 2007. Or, as I taught you in class, you could check all these emission stickers and find all that information over there. Okay, got the year, make, mileage. I mix up the mileage and the make. It's okay though, it works. Then I want you to start the inspections. Here I started with fluid. Now I don't have a dipstick here to show you, but most cars have a dipstick. It's going to be yellow. I want you to pull the dipstick out, show me the oil level, and fill it out right over here. Okay, mine was low. On this car is electronic. So I checked it, it was low, but I actually added oil and put it back in my car. So what I'm gonna do is, because it came in low and I added oil, I'm gonna circle filled because I filled it up to the level, all right? You don't need to fill out that information, that's only if you're gonna do an oil change, but if you wanna go on all data and find that, cool. All right, next thing I checked was coolant. So for example, I said coolant was okay. On this car, it has an expansion tank, so if you take this out, the cap off, there's a little stick that comes up and it tells you your level. So that tells me if my coolant's okay or low, all right? And you see how it's hard to see, but it's floating, so I know my level's okay. If it's all the way up, that's completely full, but if it's all the way down, that means you gotta add some. Right now it's in the middle, so it's okay. Most cars is just gonna have a little tank. You could go over there, look at the tank, and it'll have a little level on there for you. It's pretty easy. So however your car is, just go over your coolant, then your brake fluid, which is always going to be by your brake pedal on the driver's side, firewall. Oh, this is hard with my left hand. There you go. Right over here, you can see mine is on the max level. I actually just changed it recently, but you could open this up, check the color of it, and it'll be okay. I'll also post a chart showing you how to check the fluid colors, etc. I know we have one in class. Obviously, we're not in class right now, so I'll post that up for you. All right, power steering, again, that's right here. I want you to show me it. Washer fluid is over there, and etc. All right, the lights, the same things. I'm not going to show you right now, but I checked all my lights. I turned the car on, headlights, tail lights, my turn signals. I checked all that stuff. Everything was okay. I checked my wiper blades. If you remember in class, you're just gonna check to see if there's any rips, any tears. Make sure it's solid V shape and it looks like a blade. It shouldn't be curved at all. My camera isn't focusing, but we learned that in the wiper blade lab. So if you remember that, it should be easy for you to inspect. Okay. And then last but not least, on the front side is your underbody, underhood, miscellaneous stuff. Your battery should be under your hood. If it is, cool. Check it out, make sure it's clean. Show me the CCA, the cold cranking amps, and the voltage it's supposed to be at. Exhaust system, if you can go down under the car and check it, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. For me, I know it's good because I just did some work to it, so I put okay. Fluid leaks, I have a bad oil leak on this car, so I put problem. Again, just quickly take a look under, nothing too fancy. Air filter, luckily for me, they're right here, and I just cleaned them, so I know mine are okay. Just check yours if it's easy to check. If not, it's no worries. If you have to tear apart the car, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to mess with anyone's car, but do the best you can. The drive belt, again, right there. I just put a brand new drive belt on there, so I knew that was okay. And then your cooling hoses. You're just gonna check them, make sure there's no leaks, squeeze them. They should be flexible yet firm. It shouldn't. If it's too hard, if it's not squeezing down at all, it's dry rotted. And if it's too squishy, like if you squeeze down, it feels like Play-Doh, then it has its soft spots. Okay, so or if it's leaking from the clamp, obviously it's a clamp issue. So go over that. If there is a problem, okay, I want you to specify in the inspection notes. All right, there was an oil leak, so I put oil leak. The oil was low, so I mentioned that. And I could not check the battery because I put NA right here. I know the battery's okay because I put a brand new one, but on this car it's in the trunk. I don't want to tear anything apart, so I just put NA and I put battery not checked. If you go on the back side of this paper, all right, it's pretty much asking you to check your tires, brakes, steering, and suspension. We can really only check the tires. In class, I showed you how to use a fancy tire measuring gauge for the threads and on the air pressure. I'm not expecting you to have this at home, but I'm going to show you a little trick with a penny, okay? You see Abe Lincoln's head? You get his head facing down. You put it on your tire threads, okay? If the top of his head goes away, your tires are good. All right, so his hair part, you see how you can't see the top of his head anymore? Your tires are good. If your tires are bald, it's gonna show like this, okay? If you see the top of his head like that, your tires are bad, all right? So the top of his head should kind of go away. That's how you know your tires are good. All right, just a quick check. Nothing too technical, nothing too fancy, but it's a nice way to check if your tires are good or bad. If they're good, just put a check mark. If they're bad, just put a cross, an X. And then the last thing I want you to put is what the tire pressures are supposed to be at, all right? And obviously we check that at the door sticker. So I want you to show me this on your car. Front, rear, 36 PSI. That's exactly what I wrote down. Now, if you want to get fancy, you want to jack your car up, more power to you. You can jack it off, take your wheels off. If not, just take a quick look at the brakes. My brakes are fairly new. You can put your camera in there. I can see my pads right there. You can see how thick those pads are. Now, if your pads are the same thickness as the backing plate, so you can see how there's two. The pads are the ones touching the rotor, and then the backing plate is what's attached to the pad. If those two are the same thickness and you put your camera in there, you know you need new brakes. If the pad's thicker than the backing plate, which you can clearly tell it is over here, then you know your brakes are good, all right? So just really generic check. I know you're limited on resources, but that's all I want you to do for the finals. Just make sure you kind of understand how to do an inspection on the car. And just like how I'm explaining this to you, I want you to explain it to me. Post a video, post the inspection sheet, and you're done. All right, put your name on it, the date you've done the inspection, and the period you are in. To wrap this video up, I was gonna mention one thing. Oh yeah, for the inspection sheet, I have a printed copy. If you're a printer, you wanna print it out, great, it's on Schoology. If not, just put it on a PDF and you can use your iPad, right? You can just scroll through your iPad and then use your phone to record or anything else you wanna record it and post it up. So that's all I have for your final. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, email me. During the final exam, I will be in a hangout session. So if you have any questions, you can meet me in the hangout session and ask me the questions. If not, just post it up and you're done. It's been a great year. I hope everyone's staying safe, social distancing, etc. I will see you all hopefully next year sometime. If not, I'll see you when I see you. Mr. H out. Peace.